Right, hello. This is the engine shed for Abbot's Mead. Pretty straightforward. 3 outbuildings. They're basically one loco, non-through shed. So it's just basically for tank locos, really. So what you need to do, you need to get yourself a Christmas card from Aunt Doris, Aunt Maud, Aunt Ethel, whoever. And divide it up into 10mm squares, and then strips, and then with the Stanley knife, just don't go right the way through or towards the edge, and just press down, and it's going to give you little tiles. Straightforward as that. Do yourself quite a few. But then you've got to make sure the thing is square, and put some double-sided tape on it. Now, double-sided tape I find is much better than gluing it, because it's an instant stick, which is what you want. Cut it nice and square. And then peel off. Then you're ready then to stick your tiles on. But what I do, I cover the whole thing first. The shed's nowhere near finished yet, but I always like to get the roof on. I find the roof's the hardest thing, because the roof can make or break a model. I want to have a chimney there, probably a chimney here. So there's still quite a bit of work to do to it. Alright, well, your last bit in the corner there, right up to the top. Don't matter if you overlap the sided tape, it doesn't matter. It sticks to itself just as easy. Give yourself a bit of a nice edge there. Same with that. As I say, I always find the roof the hardest thing to do to get there. But this is one I've done earlier today, and I've actually painted them up. And what I'll do now, when that is bone dry, I will get my little scriber, i.e. a file, very sharp point on it, and I'll just take out some of the paint out of the eaves, out of the grooves there, because the paint I used was a little bit thick, so I'll just take it out. It was acrylic paint as well, but it seemed to have got thick. It's been in the drawer for over a year. I needed something. So there you go, there's the double-sided tape on the roof. Take your first set of tiles, put them any way you want really, but you really need to leave a bit of an overhang there. How did I work this out? Yeah, you need a bit of an overhang there for the guttering to go up on, and then just basically lightly tap it down. Don't worry about the overhang at the moment. Just check that you've got it's a equal distance along. As I say, when we put the guttering there, that'll all marry that up nicely. So there's our first lot. As you say, you could stick them on individually, but you'd be there till next Christmas. And then just gauge it really, just at how much you want it. That looks about right. I'll go for about 5mm, and that's that one done. Fill up your gaps as you go along, and you'll find it'll be a lot easier in the end. Nothing worse than having to do about 100 small bits that you couldn't be bothered to do. But it's finished now. We've actually got most of it done there. So I'm sure you'll agree that does look like a roof. There are other ways you can do it. You can put them on individually, but that is starting to look like a roof. Just carry on. starting to come together quite good now. The double-sided tape is excellent stuff. It's an industrial one. A friend gets it for me. I don't know who makes it. It's not got any manufacturer's name on it. Oh yes it has, yeah. Scapper, whatever that means to anybody. It doesn't mean nothing to me. But I know it's pretty excellent stuff. It's coming on a treat. That one was a little bit cocky there, so we take him off very gently. The trouble is it sticks like the proverbial, this one. It's very hard to get off once you've made a mistake, but there you go, we got on there. Can't have it being crooked at this stage because it'll spoil the whole ambience of the roof. You've got to try and keep it as level as you can. Obviously you don't have to be spot on because a real roof is not true. But I just changed this blade for a different blade because it's as blunt. So I'll get rid of that. Change that for a nice new blade. Cracking blades these are. Right, now as I say, you just cop the corner and just take the corners off. Don't have to be this, it can be bigger in some of them. There's a bigger bit there. Obviously you don't want it uniform, some the other way as well. So we take one off that way as well. Yeah, that's gone underneath. Yeah. But it's a nice little project to do actually. Quite enjoy it. Been doing it for years. Making models for other people and bits and pieces. I've always enjoyed it. Right, now we're coming to the other bit. We need our tweezers for this bit because we're going to have to do it in sections, this bit. As I say, you don't really want to waste nothing, so just try and keep it nice and steady. There's no rush. I'm doing it a little bit faster than normal because I want to get it finished and show you how it's done. More satisfying. As I say, I'm doing Trabudic for Andy Peters, the famous Andy Peters, and oh, I haven't cut that one. Oh dear. Right, so this is show you how we're cutting them. Right, you get a fairly thick blade. You can use a fine one, but I find if you just put a thick blade, it segregates them a little bit more than the fine blade would. So all you got to do is just see where it click, and you know you've cut through then. Whoop! Try not to cut through your finger as well. And I'm sure you'll agree that is starting to look like a proper roof. We need 3, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so cut that third one off. Put him up there. And it's starting to look like a roof now. Chimney. Now, make sure you got that. Yeah, that's dead right. That is that one. So you can actually get cracking with that. So we're going to put this one on. Bit of peace and quiet. Can ramble on a bit, but right. So what do we need to do this? We need an old Christmas card, some PVA glue. Well, I haven't showed you that yet, but I'll show you what we'll do with that in a minute. Double-sided tape, a sharp craft knife. Definitely need a sharp craft knife with a thick blade if possible. And you'll find, have I done that right? Yeah, that's separated that a treat. We need the one on there. So we can take that one off, we don't need that one. Do we need that one? I'm not sure. Oh, we'll leave it on. Oh, we'll take it off. Oh God, now it's getting worse now. Say the sticky tape does stick really well. Yeah, we don't need it on. It don't matter if it's crooked because all will be sorted out afterwards. Put your ridge tile on that one, and voila, she's done. And what I normally do, I use a strip piece of plywood, a cut piece of plywood, and then I put some grooves in it to make like the finishing bit. But once that's dry, you cut all the bits out. But there you go, that's all you do with that. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we need some PVA glue. Now, the PVA glue is very important because the double-sided tape will keep it down, but obviously where you've overlapped, you've got no adhesion. So what we do is we clean off the brush, turn the thing around so you've got it that way up sort of thing, and then just get the PVA glue and liberally just put it on like that. It looks messy, but get it into all the cracks and crannies, and you'll find that that will be as strong as a real roof. As long as it don't get wet, which is probably stupid really, isn't it? But there you go, you can see I'm actually pushing it in all the grooves. It dries translucent anyway, but it doesn't matter. Just love the smell of PVA glue. It's clean, it's easy to clean up if you spill any. It's got no horrible smell. It's just a nice thing. Now, I used to use cheap hairspray to stick the tiles on, but her indoors kept thinking I had a woman of ill repute in, because it used to smell like a lady's boudoir. So now it doesn't do that anymore. Now seriously, you can see that that's gone in all the cracks, and it's beginning to look like a roof now. So do the underneath there where the gutter's going to go. Now this also stiffens it up, so get that on there. All looks a bit messy at the moment, but when it's all dry, it will look the business, believe me. Just put it on. And that is how Abbot's Mead has got its roof on its shed. So just get everything off. As I say, when it's dry, I'll trim it all up, and you'll be amazed what it looks like. So that's it really. All you really need is a little bit of knowledge of how roofs are constructed, but then again all you got to do is look around, there's loads of pictures, go outside and look, find out how they're all tied together, and then just copy what you see. You know, sort of like 1% skill and about 99% confidence. Well, that ends part one. We'll be back when I do the big roof. Also, we've got to do this. There's a lot more to do to it now. You can see the stonework. I've gone for a sort of small flintish type stone. I was going to have you know, reinforced bits on there, but I thought, well, it probably wouldn't have had it for a country station. You know, Abbot's Mead, it probably wouldn't have even had a shed, but I just love, Andy will tell you, I just love engine sheds, and I think that'll look nice when it's got a little pit outside and a coaling stage. I've replaced the water tower, as you can see on there. I just didn't feel it looked right, it was just too much. So that's going to be on a tower somewhere else. And this will be the workshop. I want to put all LEDs in it and make it all look nice. I want to do the inside of it. I want to make it, got to floor this out and put ordinary brick in there, because I don't think they'd have had the stone on the inside as well. Yeah, they're starting to dry already. I'm sure you'll agree that does look a lot better, doesn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in part 2.